good, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Superstar Calls, the show where we talk everything basketball and call out the foul play. Now, if you're new, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like the video and leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. Now let's go ahead and get straight to it. Team USA released a list of 44 finalists for the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. Now, everybody that you thought would be on there, like LeBron, Kawhi, Steph, they're all on there. But a few notable omissions that I like to bring up was Trae Young, Ja Morant, and Zion Williamson. Now, these three, they're all young, they're all first or second year players. But I feel like they could bring something really special to the table, especially Zion. In the event that guys start going deep into the playoffs, maybe LeBron gets an injury, maybe Kawhi gets an injury, and you know KD is really unlikely to play because of his Achilles setback from last year's finals. I think a guy like Zion would make it really interesting, even with or without LeBron. But just imagine like LeBron and Zion on a fast break together. Like, that's a memory. You know, like when we think about the 08 Olympics, we think about like LeBron's blocks on China or D-Wade's lob from out of bounds over to Kobe. Like, those are the things that we think about all the time. We kind of missed that with 2016. We had a few in 2012, but it just didn't feel the same. And you know, a guy like Trae Young is really skilled, and like I said before, if guys start dropping out and stuff starts getting a little dicey, we want to have enough talent to go compete with the rest of the world, and we cannot have what happened in last summer happen this year in the Rio Olympics. So, message to Team USA, put them on the list, at least if people start dropping out. So, that's what I got for that. All-Star Weekend is finally here. Now, before we get into all the predictions, all the events, what I think about them and everything like that, let's talk about a couple of things that I think could make All-Star Weekend much more enjoyable for the casual fan, the die-hard fan, and you know, everything in between. So the first idea I have is horse. I think reintroducing horse back into All-Star Weekend could give an opportunity to some of the guys who complain about snubs or who didn't get in the Rising Stars game. You can get a variable amount of players with differing skills into this event, and they can showcase their talent in those ways. And everybody who's ever played basketball has played horse. I think it's a great way to connect casual fans with the sport and, you know, just allow them to show their creativity on the court. Yeah, I think horse would be a great idea. Now, the second idea I have is a one-on-one tournament. Now, I think if this is done right, it could be the main event of All-Star Weekend and probably one of the top 3 events of the NBA season in general. So you got guys like Kyrie, KD, Dame Lillard, a couple of other guys who have really good skills in one-on-one. And you put them in this venue and you never know what could happen. Now, I think it would have to be highly incentivized, you know, maybe a huge donation to a charity or a huge cash prize for winning. But if we can knock out those things, then, you know, the sky's the limit. I think we get 6 to 8 players in there, actually probably closer to 8 to 10, to be honest. And the matchup should be based on, you know, position. You don't want Kyrie and KD going up against each other in the first round. Although it would be entertaining, I think we should balance it out just a little bit more. Maybe the fans could vote for seeding, I don't know, something like that. But I think this event would just be another great addition to All-Star Weekend and the NBA in general. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, All-Star kicks off tonight with the celebrity game, which nobody really cares about. Alright, if the NBA really wanted us to care about it, they'd put celebrities we cared about in it, or they would put people who could actually hoop in the game. They always give us the token, famous, low speed type of guys in the game, but nobody out there can really play basketball, so why would anybody want to watch this? And on top of that, the people who are playing in it, nobody really cares about. Like, it's a bunch of C-list, D-list actors and a couple rappers here and there. Nobody really wants to watch play basketball.
Damn!
So I think unless they overhaul it, it's kind of a snooze fest. Now I think the Rising Stars game, USA versus the World, should be tweaked a little bit. I don't know that we need to put it into categories where we just have the World players and the USA players, when there's a lot of USA players who deserve to be in the game, like Colin Sexton. Before Tyler Hero got hurt, he wasn't going to be in the game at all. Jackson Hayes probably deserves to be in the game, and there's a few others as well. But you got guys like Svi Mikhailuk holding up spots in the game just because they're international. Now, I understand you want to give a platform to those who might not even be seen playing for Detroit and stuff like that, and just because they were foreign and people don't know them, they didn't watch them go all the way up from high school to college, even though Speed played for Kansas. But you know, it gives them an opportunity to be a star like Bogdanovich a couple years ago. I don't have much interest in watching this, but last year's was pretty entertaining. If Trey, Zion, and Ja play major minutes in this, I think they'll get the victory. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. He should be in this game for sure. There's no reason to hold up spots just for the international and leave a guy like that out. Especially if you're the NBA, like you want to make the most money. It just doesn't really make sense. Yeah. But anyways, I got the USA in this one. Not much else to say about it. Hopefully Luka does some cool stuff on the international team. And I know Nikola Melli is replacing DeAndre Ayton in the game, so the world team is just not looking great. But let's go ahead and get to All-Star Saturday Night. Now, All-Star Saturday Night always kicks off with the Skills Challenge. I don't really care about this event either that much, but the people in this event this year are really not skilled, so I'm going with Dinwiddie. If he doesn't win, it's a disappointment because almost nobody else on this list looks like they like a basketball. When they shoot, hard bounces off the rim. When they dribble, it's a little bit of pad, a lot of less fingers. So Dinwiddie, you should win this one. Next up, we have the three-point contest. Now they changed up the format a little bit in this one as well. They added the Mountain Dew zone, which is 2 shots 6 feet away from the three-point line, so pretty much a 30-footer. These are both each 3 points apiece, so you can get up to 6 points. I think this is a cool wrinkle. I don't know how this is going to work. You only get 5 extra seconds to complete the three-point contest, so I don't know if that's going to be enough time or how they're going to run to that spot. But I think guys like Trae Young, Dame Lillard, who wouldn't have been anybody got hurt, the guys who really, Devontae Graham, who really excel at shooting threes from deep, this adds a cool wrinkle into it. But my prediction for this one, I got Davis Bertans winning. Who? But I'd like to see Devin Booker, Trae Young, Devontae Graham win this one. That's who I'll be cheering for, but I think Davis Bertans might just take this one. The main event of the night is always the dunk contest, but there's a lot riding on Derrick Jones Jr. and Aaron Gordon, and I'm just not comfortable with the amount of pressure that's on them because we've seen Derrick Jones mess up before. We've seen Gerald Green mess up before. Like, guys who we think that should be the favorite for the dunk contest just flop, and then you got Dwight Howard and Pat Connaughton to save the day. I mean, it's just not a great field for entertainment value, and you always just want to have the best dunkers in the game. I think Derrick Jones Jr. is going to win this one. That's who I would put my money on. I'm just hoping that Aaron Gordon and him are in the finals, and it's some sort of dunk off, because if not, it's just going to fall flat again, and people are going to write think pieces about how we can change the dunk contest, which you really can at this point, because there's dudes on Instagram dunking all the time, doing weird stuff, and it's just making it tougher to compete with on a national scale. I'm going with that man airplane mode in this one. His slow motion shots of his dunks are like the basketball equivalent of a Beethoven or Basquiat painting. Boy, if you don't. So yeah, I'm going airplane mode. Now for the All-Star game. Now Giannis, you're probably the best player in the league right now, but you might be the worst GM. This performance right here was garbage. I mean, we don't have to get into the specifics, but just look at these rosters right now. and tell me which one you would like to be on, you would put your money on. They changed the format a little bit. Each of the first 3 quarters will be starting over at 0 each time, and the winner of each quarter gets a $100,000 donation to the charity of LeBron or Giannis. In the 4th quarter, they will combine all the scores together from the first 3 and play to 24 from what the leader has at that point. So if it's 105 to 95, they will play to 129 and with no clock and just go from there. Which, if you watch the basketball tournament that's on ESPN in the summer, it's always a cool thing because there's always a game winner. Or if you watch the Big 3, there's always a game winner when they play towards a point total. In this case, it will be full court, so you don't have to worry about watching old dudes take the ball back. But I think this could be cool. And, you know, the 24 thing, honoring Kobe. Yeah, I just hope that everybody can be competitive in this game. We can still get our entertainment value and everything from this. Hopefully that it works out and they end up going hard for the last 24 points of the game at least, because we all want to see that at minimum. And that's going to do it for All-Star. Each week we will pass out 3 awards. The first award is the Hidden Gem. The second award is the MVP of the week. And the third award is the Nasty Award. Now the Hidden Gem is just somebody who's doing exceptional out kicking their coverage, doing stuff like that nobody really talks about at all. So this will just be an introduction for basketball fans who may watch the game all the time but not even have heard of him. So the Hidden Gem of the week is Terrence Davis from the Toronto Raptors. During their 15-game win streak, he's averaged over 11 points a game, shooting 50% from 2 and from 3, and he's just been an energy boost for their team. Even through all the injuries to everybody, pretty much everybody important has had a major injury this season. They're the 2 seed in the East, and he's been a major part of it. Going undrafted, another guy who was not scouted much, just making a huge impact. So shout out to Terrence Davis, and I know he had a bad game last night, but we won't talk about that. He's still going to be our hidden gem of this week. Now for MVP of the week, there was no clear-cut guy, so I just decided to go with Bogdanovich from the Utah Jazz for his game winner against the Houston Rockets. Now anytime you can hit a game winner in this fashion, like that's a really tough shot, and beat the Rockets at the same time, who, not that I dislike all of the players on that team, but just the way that they carry themselves, you know, the whole foul situation. Oh, we would have beat the Rockets if they would have called this many fouls. Like, it's just good to beat the Rockets at times. So, MVP of the week, Bogdanovich from the Utah Jazz. Now, the Nasty Award of the week goes to, and once I saw this automatic decision, I knew he was getting the Nasty Award for this week. It goes to Harrison Barnes. Now, Harrison Barnes said he is not shaving or getting a haircut until the Kings get back to 500. They're 11 games under 500 right now. Head coach is Luke Walton. I don't know what he thinks is going to change about this, but he's going to end up looking like Ben Wallace by the end of the season. And, you know, it's just a nasty decision. And I just like to use this as a moment to tell y'all, make good decisions, man. You don't have to. He put this all upon himself. Harrison Barnes averages 15 points and 5 rebounds a game. What is that going to do to make you guys get from 11 games below 500 back up there? Like, come on, bro. Nasty Award of the week goes to Harrison Barnes in a landslide. And, you know, it's gonna be a rough time for Kings fans to have to watch that $23 million man look like that. But that's gonna do it for this week of Superstar Calls. I thank you all for watching. Comment down below, like and subscribe, like I said before, and let me know what you think of the show, what you think I can improve upon, anything else in between, what topics you think that I should cover next week, and yeah. For Hoop Intellect, I'm Keandre, and I'm out.
And you know I get around.